Hi guys, welcome once again to another episode of Bars Talk and Bars Beats. Now today in the podcast, we'll be talking about the Bob Marley One Love movie that was done. I will be giving you my review and assessment. Now if you're new to the channel, just remember to subscribe. And if you want the latest video, click the bell. Now the Bob Marley One Love movie, it was directed by Reynold Marcus Green. The main cast of the movie were Kingsley Ben Adair, Lashana Lynch, James Norton, Cashin Cole, and Michael Warren. Now this movie was approximately 1 hour and 38 minutes long. So without saying that it cannot capture all of Bob Marley's life, not even most. So I will go through it and I'll tell you what I think about it. Well, I just want to get the elephant out of the room. The actor of Bob Marley wasn't really a Jamaican, so that didn't rub well with the Jamaican public. But nevertheless to say, I do not have anything against the cast, the actors, the actresses. Can't. Because if I were an actor and I was given a task to act in any movie, whether it be in America, England, Afghanistan, anywhere, and once I've gotten the movie and I'm willing to do it for a cost, well, I'll do it. Now we'll go down to the movie now. Based on how the movie was set up, it was set up starting that Bob Marley started from a vague memory of him growing up, running in the cane field, and someone was running him down with a horse. And apparently, it seems that that person is his dad. Now, it's set up now where Bob Marley was planning to do a peace concert with, at the time, the two rival opposition party, the People's National Party, which was run by the Most Honorable Michael Manley, and the Jamaica Labour Party, which was run by the Most Honorable Edward Seaga. Now, he was shot at that time by some men, and Rita got shot as well, Don Taylor and two other gentlemen. None of them were fatal. And he eventually, out of pressure, left the country and stayed overseas for a good while, and then returned and did the One Love concert that he was planning to do for the longest time. Did it and actually got the Michael Manley and Edward Seaga on stage to hold hands. At the time was very iconic and very historic at the time, because you would never find that, and Bob Marley was the one who did it, and the show there, great. I just said the acting was really good for that thing. So some of the things then that I really have a problem is, as I said, first of all, is the accent. Really and truly, Bob Marley is one of the main thing out of Jamaica. Bob Marley is like the flag of Jamaica, the map of Jamaica. Because some places that you go that people don't know Jamaica, but they know Bob Marley and they know reggae, and that's all they know Jamaica. So once you say Jamaica, you say Bob Marley. You will have people watching this movie now to hear Bob talk, or to hear it is showcasing the culture of Jamaica. And one of the cultures of any country is their accent. The gentleman that was doing the casting of Bob Marley, he did his utmost best. So let me get this out the way. The actors and actresses of this show, just sit it out. We are not against the actors and actresses of this show. We are just angry at person who caused the shows to be out, and I think it is Ziggy Marley. Ziggy, you need to answer to the people then. Let me go further now. So the content, the accent of the people, it's a turn off for me, big turn off, right? Because as you know, Bob Marley don't speak much standard. He speak his accent and his part. Bob Marley. It doesn't matter which forum he is in, he keeps his thing one way. The second part I see in that movie is I see Ziggy Marley and Damian Marley at the time with Bob. Now all the show depicted is like they grow together, and as I said, it's 1 hour 38 minutes, so it can't show everything but I have to state this. Ziggy Marley and Damian were half brothers. Ziggy is for Rita and Damien is for Cindy Breakspear. So needless to say, they didn't grow together. So the movie put that in it that they grow together. They were not. They were off. Okay. So and then now the next thing now you have the two kids and they don't speak the real patois. Man, that was so much distasteful for me because you what now? If you say, well, maybe you can't find a good Jamaican to portray Bob Marley, you really can't find a Jamaican child or two Jamaican children to portray Ziggy and Damien. That's not really good. So that is the next thing that people will be so pissed off about. Also, you see Bob Marley playing his football and Bob Marley loves football. But hear what now? One of Bob Marley's closest friends is a footballer and his name is Alan Skill Cole. And we don't see Alan Skill Cole featured in this movie. I'm not talking about the real Alan Skill Cole to act it, but I'm talking about having someone portray Alan Skill Cole for even a second. You couldn't do that? No, that's a turn off, and I know Alan Skill Cole would be so pissed off about that. Bob Marley is not a tall guy. No, this guy in the movie, I think he's about 6 feet. I think more than 6 feet high. And Bob is about 5 feet something. 5, 6, somewhere about there. Now, as the director, the person who run the photograph, they are skillful enough because most of the time you don't see Bob in a full frame. You'll either see him waist height or more like chest height, or if he's in full shot, he's by himself, or you will find the camera staying above Bob and pointing downwards. And I know that's a very skillful move by the camera to make sure this height is not so pronounced in the film for people to see, because people know that Bob is not a tall guy. Now there's a part in the film that shows Claudia Massop and Bucky Marshall that went to the stage for Bob. Really and truly, I really don't think that really happened. And I don't know why people put that in it. Claudia Massop and Bucky Marshall, they at the time, they were era leaders or era dance at the time for the I think they were for the People's National Party or the JLP. I don't remember which party in particular. But they did not go to the States for Bob. So that's really not true. When Bob Marley returned, to Jamaica, and you see him stepping out of the plane. Now, you see him step out the plane, and he was greeted by, I think this was Claudia Massop. I think he was greeted by Claudia Massop. Now he stepped out of the plane and went in a vehicle and left. Now tell me now. Oh boy. I don't know how you look at it, but what about immigration? Didn't he go through customs or immigration? He left from the plane to the car and move away? Come on, man, that's not that. I mean, people who don't know the country would say, oh, yeah, that's how it runs. It's that Jamaica is behind civilization. That's not true. You come out the plane, you must go through immigration, and then you're greeted by the people. So, I really have a serious problem with that, though. The next thing now in this movie now is what I consider to be a very, very selfish move by the persons in charge of making this film. Now, there are so many people in Bob's life that could have been at least featured even a minute in this movie, right? And it wasn't done. Now, there are some people. I mentioned Skill Cole, Alan Skill Cole, famous Jamaican footballer. He should have been mentioned. They're the Wailers. Now, the Wailers have some very, very talented people in it. The Wailer is for Bunny Wailer. You have Bunny Wailer and Peter Tosh. Now, these two guys are giants in the music, and you could at least call their names in the film. It's not called. And I don't know if you at least could have played at least 1 or 2 songs for Bunny Wailer or Peter Tosh in it, with their permission. But it didn't happen. So it seems like it's only Bob alone in this world. Remember, it's a Bob Marley's movie. But there are people who have helped him along the way. And this did not happen. You have the I3s, which is featured Rita Marley, Judy Mount, and Marcia Griffiths. Now, Rita is featured in the movie, nevertheless, and it's just show her singing. But you have Marcia Griffiths, who is a very, very big singer, good singer, singing on her own, and Judy Mount, big singer as well. Nothing for these guys were featured in the film any at all. Bob Marley had about 12 kids, some of which are not, I don't know them. I know about 5. So I know Ziggy, I think he's the eldest one. Then you have Damian Marley, you have Stephen Marley, you have Sharon Marley, and Sidella Marley. They are, I think I left out 7, I don't know the names. But you only feature Ziggy and Damian Marley. What about the other 10? Apart from Rita, the most famous of Bob's baby mothers is Cindy Breakspear, and that's the mother of Damian Marley. Don't hear anything about that. So you see, the movie is written. For me, you write that movie, it do a lot of damage, and it has a lot of, it break up a lot of wounds to people, because Bob Marley was a person for the people. He's not for a man for himself. He was a person for the people. And when you make that movie and you leave out so many people, you leave a lot of hurt more than good. And really and truly, this is what I think this movie has done to the people around Bob. Hurting. Are they hurt? I am hurt, and I wasn't really close to Bob, but I know that a lot of people are hurt, yes. And this is what I really feel so bad about. And on the larger scale, it's Jamaica has marketed Bob Marley so much. In a sense, I have it that he's marketed very selfishly, because, and it's no disrespect to the Marley and the families, is when you go places and people know Bob, when you go in a tourist resort of Jamaica, it's pure Bob Marley playing. But a lot of people don't know there are other singers here. And there are so much more reggae artists. When people hear them, they fall so much in love with them. But at the end of the day, it's only Bob Marley being marketed. And that's why I mentioned it's a selfish marketing thing. Maybe not deliberate, but at the end of the day, this is what happened. Or this is what's happening. And it shows so much in this movie with Bob Marley being featured only in this movie here. You don't hear the mention of any other persons in this Marley video except Rita Marley. So for me, overall, this song, the Bob Marley video as an authentic, down-to-earth, grassroots Jamaican person of lover of reggae music and the whole 9 yards, I really give this movie a very low rating based on what Bob Marley stands for. Not just the movie itself. The movie was okay in terms of a movie setting. But as a person who wants to, if a person wants to know who Bob Marley was, or what he stood for, or what Jamaica is about, I tell you, this movie to me don't help. It don't help the culture, it don't help the country, it don't help the accent. It really don't do much itself for Jamaica. It's just like a normal movie. When this should have been one of the flag bearer for Jamaica and the culture. So, really and truly guys, I would really love to know what you would think about the movie itself. Please leave your comment and let me know. As usual on Bar Talk, this is Duke, and I say, one love, have that.